Hello students, welcome to Ekam IAS Academy. I am Major Sps Oberoi. I am one of the faculties and chief mentors at Ekam IAS Academy. If you are preparing for Prelims 2024, do not miss this video, because in this video in detail I will analyze, I will completely do the postmortem of 2023 Prelims, wherein you will understand how to strategize for your 2024 preparation. Okay. So without wasting time, we'll go ahead. Now understand, we have to understand the sources of question from where the questions have come in UPSC. I see this trend in UPSC preparation that the students have started relying completely on the test series for their success in UPSC. Believe me, it is mere waste of time. Once again, UPSC has proved that how the textbooks contribute to somebody's success. You can see I have listed the subjects onto my left and the areas from where the questions have been asked, be it economy, be it polity, be it history, be it geography, environment and ecology. Most of the questions have appeared from the textbook, very important textbook. You may see a higher figure in current affairs with 48. Believe me, even if you take this 48 also, the current affairs questions had direct linkage with the textbook. It means in the absence of, if a student does not read the textbook what you call deliberately, he or she cannot answer these current affairs based questions. Very beautifully UPSC combined the NCERT with current affairs, the textbook learning with current affairs, and asked a question. It reiterates very important information to all the students preparing for 2024 that you cannot avoid a standard textbook. You have to read the textbook because the questions are coming directly from the textbook. If you see the especially 3 subjects, and these 3 subjects are generally known to be the pillars of UPSC also, where if I add the economy part, the 4th pillar of UPSC, where most of the questions have even appeared from NCERT, direct questions, polity, direct questions have come from NCERT, history, polity and geography, maximum questions came from NCERT. Understand, again it reiterates the importance of reading NCERT. So textbook and NCERT cannot be avoided whatsoever. Okay. Now many a times students feel that it is very difficult to pass UPSC examination. I agree, it is difficult to pass, but even if it is difficult to pass, you will see the majority of the questions, are of either moderate standards or easy to answer. Now the idea here is, if you can prepare for these 75 questions, see the last year cutoff was 88.3, 88 marks was the cutoff for general category, but even if you can successfully write the 2 moderate and easy 75 questions correctly, you can easily pass UPSC prelims examination. But the problem is the students try to get these answers right. No need, believe me, the answer is no need. This is where the reiteration of one dimension of preparation, that is revision, comes into play. Your class notes, your textbook, your NCERT, newspaper reading. This should be a 4 pillars of preparation. Believe me, 75 questions, it means 75% of the paper is a combination of moderate questions and easy questions. No matter whatever may be the subject, you see that the difficulty level is divided. In the IR part and also in the economy part, I have kept 6 questions in the difficult column, primarily because, not because of the difficulty level, because they came from a dimension which was not expected. That is the reason why I have kept them in the difficult column. Otherwise, if somebody would have read them, that would have been easy for them also. It means that even if I negate the difficult part, 75% is in my hands, and what you require is only 44% to pass the preliminary examination based on last year's standard. So, do not waste your time in researching. You have to put in more and more effort for revising what you have read. Okay, very important. Now, one more pattern of questions. See, in UPSC, it is rightly called as the unpredictable service commission. You cannot predict what UPSC will ask. What it has changed in the domain? Questions pattern changed in 2 ways. Firstly, how the options are given has changed. Earlier, if you remember, 1 only, 2 only, or 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 and 2. This was the options given earlier. Now, they have changed this particular pattern to 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, all or none. It means you cannot use the elimination technique. You cannot use the elimination technique. That is the reason why I saw a lot of WhatsApp statuses. People said that so beautifully UPSC has eliminated the elimination technique to pass the examination. So, understand, he is playing with you. See, again I am telling you, UPSC wants to reject you. You have to understand where he will hit you hard, that you will get rejected. The second dimension of question pattern that saw a major change is, again UPSC has gone back on the statement based question. Statement assertion. Statement assertion. See, if you have to rightly answer a statement assertion based question, you need to have an in-depth understanding of that particular subject. So, this is where UPSC is catching. See, understand what UPSC wants. UPSC wants whatever you know it perfectly. Understand this. UPSC does not want you to know everything under the sky. This is a notion. This is a false notion. UPSC says whatever you have read, you should know it completely. In and out, you should know about that issue or topic or subject for that matter. Okay. Current affairs. Generally, it is said that 8 months to 12 months of current affairs is enough for preliminary examination. But this time, you will not believe UPSC asked not few, many questions which are of 3 to 4 year time period. It means UPSC is expecting you to go back and know what has happened 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 years behind you. It means it wants a student to establish continuity in learning for the past 3 to 4 years. This may benefit the repeaters of UPSC examination, but the freshers have to understand that they have to study the last 3 years current affairs. Okay? Now, in the depth part, as I told, as it is written, no more direct questions. Almost all the questions, almost all, if maybe 5% or 10% were direct questions, remaining all the questions were interpretative in nature. It means UPSC wants you to go into the depth of a topic. Very, very important. Schemes, there was a time, if you remember 2016, 17, 18, to some extent 19 also, the paper was heavy with schemes, but now hardly one, if you are lucky, 2 schemes are coming. So, understand the changing dynamics of UPSC. So based on that, you need to devise your strategy for the next year, that is 2024. Very, very important. Now, understanding the shift in UPSC, this is also very important. What it says, I have given subject wise how the UPSC has changed the pattern this year, very important. Indian polity, no major change, mostly direct questions. If somebody has read the standard textbook and their class notes, revised once or twice, read NCERT once or twice, they can easily answer all the 12 questions that came from core polity dimension. So most of my students, they all more or less everybody got all the polity questions correct. And here I would also like to make a mention that whatever study material that our institution Ekam IS had provided, all the questions came from that study material only. Now, Indian economy, very important, complete U-turn by UPSC. This is where the biggest shock to the students came, a complete U-turn. UPSC took a complete U-turn. Why? Because though the subject reiterates Indian economy, most of the questions came from the world economy perspective. It means UPSC wants the students to have a thorough understanding of the world economy also. This is a big U-turn, and the questions also came from unexpected dimensions. The questions also came from unexpected dimensions. In this sense, generally it is said that because this is an Indian examination, wherever and whichever organization or institution or an area or like an entity called European Union, if India is dealing with that, whatever has happened in the past 1 to 3 years, we should be aware. But this time, for the first time, UPSC has asked a question between two other countries or two other regions. So like US and European Union Trade and Technological Council relationship. So these are the questions where UPSC has asked for the first time from an unexpected dimension. It means that now a student has to not only read Indian economy, but also should be aware of the world economic affairs also. History, the pattern has changed. The pattern changes for, see, in the past 7 to 8 years, lot of emphasis was given on modern history. But however, this time you will not see more than 1 to 2 questions from the world history, the modern Indian history part, but most of the questions came from ancient, medieval, linking with art and culture. Again, a proud moment for Ekam IS Academy. All the 13 questions that were asked in history came from our study material. So this is where we are trying to bridge the gap, very, very important. Coming back to geography, very important. See, in the 80s and 90s, if you have been solving last 20, 30, 40 years papers, in the 80s, 90s and early 2000, geography was one of the most important subjects related to UPSC. But over a decade, last 10 years, 9 to 10 years, the weightage of questions from geography had reduced drastically. But now it seems UPSC is going back to its traditionalism of geography. And in geography also, a beautiful combination, what they have done is, they have connected geography, environment ecology along with current affairs and agriculture, and in combination of these four, they have asked a question. So if you have to, and believe me, geography and environment ecology, 37 questions came. It means if you are good in these two dimensions alone, you can score 70 plus marks in UPSC. Understand? So this is a shock that the students got for the this particular year, right? Environment and ecology re-emphasize the integrated learning along with geography, what I have explained just now. Believe me, because the climate change and the related dimensions are more in the discussion tables of the government, environment and ecology will continue to have an important, what you call, it will continue to appear as a major chunk in UPSC. In the bracketing, every year you can expect 18 to 20 questions from environment and ecology. So please, if you are preparing for 2024, do not leave this, very, very important. And environment and ecology also, NCERT, geography, NCERT, these books are very, very important. Do not what you call underestimate the importance of these two. International relations, if there was a shock bigger than the economy, the shock came from international relations dimension. It is for the first time after a long gap, UPSC has asked issues not concerning India but concerning the world. So I have called it a googly by UPSC. Almost all the students got stumped because of this googly of UPSC. A student who was reading the Hindu newspaper deliberately without missing it even for a single day, reading the world page of UPSC, believe me, all 11 to 12 questions will go perfectly correct. So this is where UPSC is reiterating the importance of reading the newspaper. Internal security, I won't use the word absent though it is written here, but 2 to 3 to 4 questions came, though they were not part of the core internal security, they tried to link it with either polity or any other subject and tried to ask you a question on internal security, right. And lastly, current affairs, as I told, last 3 to 4 years of current affairs. This slide showcases that if you miss any of these things understanding in your next year preparation, you will have to face defeats in the hands of UPSC. Do not commit this mistake. Okay. Now, a proud moment for all of us, as I told you, 73 questions out of 100. Probably this is the biggest feat an institution can get, where 73 questions out of 100 have appeared in the paper. In our YouTube channel, we have uploaded almost all the recordings showcasing from where these questions have been taught in our classroom or other various programs being run by the institute. So we could help our students to score 146. When the cutoff was just 80, we tried to double the performance of the students. That is why I also take this opportunity to thank all the faculties who have worked on the platform of Ekam IAS Academy. Okay? This is a further much more deeper explanation of how and from where of various programs and platforms of Ekam the questions have appeared. So the biggest contributors, if you can see, this is where we contributed immensely to our performance in UPSC. I always say, it is not only the student who appears in UPSC, it is also the institute which appears in UPSC. So my performance in UPSC has been the best in these domains, where I contributed 73 marks to the students who are dependent on me in making their career. So this is our biggest achievement. Very big, very strongly recommended. Please do not miss this part of the lecture. A sincere advice to the students who are preparing for 2024. For heaven's sake, again I am repeating, for heaven's sake, do not rely on the test series. The so-called test series, if you give me the liberty to say, useless, dump them in the dustbin, they are of no use. Useless test series, it will not give you an what you call a feel of UPSC standard. Understand, these test series are not set by the teachers, they are set by people who have appeared in UPSC in the past and have failed this examination. A person who has failed this examination has no right to set this paper. If you are gauging your preparation based on a paper set by a person who has failed, then there is no bigger fool than you. So please, for heaven's sake, get out of this test series. I am not asking you not to read, but do not rely on these test series for passing this examination. Very important. never forget the value of textbook. If you read the textbook deliberately 5 to 6 times before you go and write the examination, believe me, that knowledge will help you in eliminating. That knowledge will definitely help you in the examination. Linking of current affairs with the concept, I have reiterated about this topic. Yeah, very important topic here. The Hindu, very important. The Hindu paper is inevitable. Understand, more than 80 questions came from this paper. Yes, you heard me right. More than 80 questions came from this paper. Don't believe me? There was a question related to the public health care system in the paper. There was a question related to the public health care system. People said that it is a very tough question. This came as an article in February 2023 in the Hindu paper. People who have not read this article, they lost it. Understand the importance. There was a question on central bank digital currency. Again, 2021 is RBI planning a digital currency for India. At the planning stage, this article came and he picked an important dimension on the question about using dollar and SWIFT system straight from the Hindu article. Next, US European Union, the same agreement which I spoke about came directly from our Hindu newspaper. Time frame November 2022. It means he is picking up article directly from the Hindu paper. I have put only 3 to 4 articles, as I have written more than 80 questions, be it economy, polity, geography, environment, ecology, international relations, internal security, they all somewhere came from the Hindu paper only. So reading of Hindu paper is a must. You cannot avoid this particular paper. Understand the importance of Hindu paper. Again, reading of NCERT is a must. Direct questions have appeared. If you remember the question on what is the basic function of a constitution, what do you understand by due process of law? Like this, direct questions have come from the NCERT. In February, I told my students, no matter, even if you have to spend 15 days time, revise this NCERT, because you will get very simple. UPSC, what it does is, it will open a textbook of NCERT, any year of their choice, 6 to 12, they will read a paragraph, they will pick up a sentence, based on that paragraph they will make a question. Exactly this has happened. If you remember class 11, your constitution at work, chapter 1, functions of constitution, first paragraph, what is the basic function of a constitution. So this is how UPSC picks questions directly from the NCERT. How can you dare to miss it? If you want to pass, you have to read. So that is how understand reading of NCERTs is a must. Solving of past year UPSC papers, why this is important is because over a period of time, the trends of the paper setting has changed. If you use this as the benchmark indicator of your performance or preparation, it will immensely help you to face the googlies of UPSC. So this is the reason why we tell students to prepare or solve the past year questions also. Okay. So now, last but not the least, 2 dimensions I want to talk. The first one I wish to talk about is the mentorship program. If you are failing in UPSC year after year, in the first stage itself, that is prelims, and if you are serious with your preparation, we are starting a new mentorship program from the 12th of June 2023. We will help you. Almost all the students of mentorship batch of UPSC at Ekam have done exceptionally well. When I say 73 questions out of 100 have come, it means we are putting our heads in one direction, in the direction that UPSC thinks. So please do not waste your time. See, this is not the time to experiment. Join the mentorship program. We will take care of your preparation. there is a separate video on mentorship. You can please go and watch. I'll ask the staff to put the link of that video also in the description. Please see to that video also. And secondly, if you are a new what you call a fresher wanting to appear in UPSC 2024, 2025 or 2026, batches are starting soon. The batches are starting soon. You can call the counselors given on the numbers. They will advise you, they will counsel you about the batches that are going to start. You can seek their assistance. See, the kind of faculty that I am getting for you is the best faculty available in the market. If I add up the experience of the faculty, only the faculty that is on the board, they are not the ones, there are some more of them. If I add the the experience of the faculties on board, the experience of the faculties will cross 100 years of experience. It means people behind them 100 years of experience are guiding you to prepare for your examination. So please apply your mind and then join the institute. We will take care of your preparation. So once again I congratulate all the students of Ekam who have done well, and I am there to take care of your preparation in the mains also. Signing off. Thank you. Jai Hind.